Hello everybody, and welcome back to GhostPie Productions. Today we're going to be taking a nice look at Defcon, a nice new addition to our indie corner. Alright, for those of you wondering, Defcon is basically war games. It's a unique RTS take on basically mutually assured destruction through nuclear warfare. And everyone is now looking at the screen very confused after hearing that. But you'll understand shortly once I kind of get this going. This does have a very nostalgic feel for anybody who's watched bad Cold War era military films. First off, we're going to take a nice look at the options screen, see what we got going on there. We do actually have a lot of options, surprisingly, for this style of game. I mean, honestly, I'm pretty sure you could plug this up to a fruit of some kind and still run the game. There's really not a whole lot going on the screen, but surprisingly there are a lot of options. I mean, you can look at this: low detail world, smooth lines, show borders. I've seen worse options menu on AAA titles, yet this thing that I could plug up to my dog and still run somehow has a better option screen. I mean, it's just, that's impressive. You can even check your authentic. Oh my gosh. No, stop clicking things, Thompson. There is a very extensive tutorial for those of you wondering. I have played it. I'm not going to show it on the show because it's really not that interesting. It is very long. It does actually do a very good job of explaining what's going on in this game and all the different things you're going to need to know. Which, for this game, while a very pick up and play game, honestly, you could learn this game in 20-30 minutes tops. Well, honestly, that's an overestimation. I'd say 10 to 15, actually. But, in the same way, even just from what I've seen going through the tutorial, there's a great deal of strategic depth that is possible with this game. Excuse me. So the way I'm looking at it is, this is one of those games that, yeah, you can learn it in 10 to 15 minutes, but it could take a really good long time to learn how to play this game, just looking at it from the crazy amounts of strategic depth that is present when playing, and you're going to see what I mean when you're actually playing it. Also, just a quick warning for everyone who is looking at this game. This is one of those games that, unless you are playing it on the fastest mode, at which point it's more like Missile Commander than it is really anything else, this is a long game. This game takes a good chunk of time to play. When you play it the regular way, it can take, I mean, I've sped up games and I've had games take 3 to 4 hours of sped up time, which is really like maybe 10-15 minutes of regular time. So you can play this really fast or you can play this really slow. It really depends on what you're looking for. So we are going to set up a new game and kind of show you how that works. So you can see it loads it. Now you can either look for players out there, which I'm not going to do because I don't feel like getting my ass kicked. We're going to have 3 players. Now the map for this one is really unique, and anyone who's looking at this, I think will agree with me that it's really cool. Now we're going to look at the game modes. There are a lot of modes. I mean, I was really surprised when I saw how many modes there are in this one. There is office mode, which is at the regular speed, which games can take anywhere to 4 to 6 hours. I'm not kidding. These games can be long if you play it in office mode. Speed Defcon, which is like the Missile Commander one I made the comment of. They can take 10 to 15 minutes. Then you have Big World, Tournament, Diplomacy. Those are the ones I'm looking for. But I mean, there's a lot of different game types. Diplomacy, if I remember correctly, basically what happens is it puts everyone in one team at the beginning, so you're all sharing your information, meaning you all know exactly where to strike the other guys. So that can be kind of one of those interesting, like, hey, do I strike now or do I strike later? Because if I strike too early, I just made myself a target for everyone because I look like the bad guy. If I wait too long, I'm going to be the one who's getting attacked. So that's a really interesting one. And you go into score mode as to how you score your gaming. There are 3 score types you can see on the screen. There's Default, Survivor, and Genocide. In Default mode, you gain points for megadeaths. Megadeaths being strikes against cities of some kind. And you lose points for taking megadeaths, meaning you took damage to a city. There's Survivor, at which point you do not gain points via doing damage. You can only lose points via losing people. Survivor is a really interesting mode because it makes players have to play defensively, because if you go on the offense, you just become a huge target. And yeah, you're going to make the other guys score. Your score's going to be better than the other guys for doing all this, for having more people than him. But at the same point, if you leave yourself open and take too many mega deaths, you just put yourself in a serious form of harm. Then there's Genocide, which Genocide is basically rocket tag, to be honest with you. It's just a bunch of missiles flying out. Things become very chaotic very fast because you can only gain points through mega deaths. So there's really no negative to losing people as long as you have one last city. It's all about doing more damage to the other guy than he can do to you. We are going to leave it on default mode for this game mode. So we have 3 CPU players. Now you can select your territory depending on where you want to be. Now your territory is going to make a big difference. Because you can see, like, for example, Europe only really has one coast to watch, but Europe is also smaller, so there's less area. Whereas you have the bigger nations, like Asia's, which are actually separated in this game, north and south. And the United States, for example, has 2 coasts to watch, and a lot of area they have to take care of with those silos and radars, which I will go into later. We're going to do North America. Gotta do America. You do have your advanced options. I mean, God, you can look at advertise on the internet, advertise on land. You're seeing all this stuff. There's a number of territories you can have, number of cities. You can change a lot about this game in the advanced settings. So for those of you guys who really love custom games, this is going to be a great thing for you, especially if you really get into this. You can make games in all kinds of different crazy ways. Alright, let's fire it up. I am taking United States. Oh, how to change your name in this thing. Okay, let's rock and roll. Game started. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, now I'm going to set it to the regular pace. You can look at the, there we go, Defcon 4. Now, in this game, you have to set down all of your ground units and oceanic units before Defcon 3. If you do not do it before Defcon 3, everything is gone, so you've lost everything. Now, the iconic nukes and, just the iconic nukes can only be used in Defcon 1, meaning your silos for ICBM launches aren't going to do anything until then, whereas conventional attacks can go on at 3 and 2. Now, conventional attacks come from airfields and sea forces. First off, I'm going to show you the radars, and then I'm going to be putting down my ground units. For those of you watching, somebody's going to be like, well, you guys, dude, you suck. This isn't the right way to do it. I know. Come on. I'm not that good at this game. I haven't played it very much. Don't give me too much crap. I'm going to get crap. I don't care. Zooming in. Okay. Red is me for someone who's not observant enough to figure that one out. Now, you look at red. Those are your cities. Now, as I'm hoping most people can make out, the bigger the diamond, the bigger the city. So, the big diamonds, big target. Pretty simple right there. Now, first off, to explain, we have silos. I mean, not silos. Oh, I'm an idiot. Radars. Radars are your way of seeing the world around you. Now, I have no clue where the other guy's territory is. There's their territory. Player 1 and 2 are right over there. Now, remember, there's no teams right now, so everyone is gunning for everyone else. And crap, they are right next to each other. I might not get much attention in this fight right off the bat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be like, you know what? I need radar coverage for my area. Specifically, like, I want to be able to see my crap. You know what I mean? So I'm going to place up all these radars. I have a ton of radars, as you can tell. If that wasn't obvious. I don't know if that was obvious or not. Now, I actually can't see any of the bad guys. That sucks. Okay. Oh, no. Yes, I can. Just can't see their stuff. Alright, next in our land forces I'm going to be going to are these silos. Now, these silos have 2 purposes. The silos not only have air defenses, which they have to switch between the 2 modes. One is anti-air, which is defenses against the nukes coming at you, and they're actually really good at that. If you have these guys all set up in that mode, no single nuke is making it through. That's just not going to happen. And then they have ICBM mode. Now, you can't even put them in ICBM mode until Defcon 1, so I mean, that kind of, I am really just putting these down. I mean, someone's looking at me like, you're a dumbass. Oh yeah, it's true. I'm just kind of putting these out. I'm not really thinking about them too much. But, as you can see, in this mode, the icon is air defense mode. ICBM launch. There we go. There's the best example right there. Not before Defcon 1. Which, I mean, it's interesting. It adds a dynamic layer to the gameplay. Before Defcon 1, you're really not doing much other than setting everything up. So they switch between each of those modes. Each one only has 10 ICBMs. My memory serves me correct. Yes, 10 ICBMs. And it takes time to switch between those 2 modes. So you have to be strategic. Are you going to switch between those 2 modes? Are you going to leave a hole open in your defenses by having one launching? or your defense is good enough to cover it so that you can have one in launch mode and one in air defense mode. It's an interesting strategic layer. As you've seen, I've put one silo up at the top for long range attacks if I can get a chance. I don't know what the hell I can't really do much because they're like way the hell over there. There's not much I can do. I have to leave these in defense mode. Now we have our air bases. Air bases are the last of the ground units. I say that very loosely. So first off, air bases allow me to launch two things. First off, air bases allow me to launch fighters. Now, probably wondering what fighters are for. Fighters are basically scout units. I send out fighters, they look for the bad guys. Bombers carry ICBMs. You launch out a bomber goes out, hits a target. They have very short range though, so they gotta get mighty close. And you can see the range of their flight by the red ring around it. But any bomber that survives its mission comes back and reloads. But as you can see through the little bomb icons on the screen, it can only be reloaded a certain number of times. So that's just another layer to it. And last off is the naval fleets. I don't remember how many fleets I can actually have. Now, there are 3 naval units. There are your battleships, which are good against other battleships and carriers. So they're kind of your conventional unit. They take out battleships, they take out carriers. Then you have your carriers. Your carriers serve as mobile air bases, able to do the exact same thing as regular air bases. But they have another mode called anti-submarine mode. For those of you who can't guess, that means they're good against submarines. I know, I love it. It's so self-descriptive. So in that mode, now remember they have to switch between airbase mode and submarine mode, so you can't have them doing both. But in anti-submarine mode, you can have them defending your borders against submarines, which is a very important thing in this game because the submarines can come and blow the crap out of you. Subs are your last of... I want to apologize for that. Subs are the last of your ship types. Subs have the interesting ability of when they are not doing anything, they're basically invisible to anything other than carriers in anti-submarine mode. So they can get close up to the borders of the enemy and launch medium-range nukes, which causes damage in the form of megadeaths. Now, once I actually get to that point in the game, you guys are going to find some really interesting ways this does this, and kind of how this game gives off this really, really creepy vibe, which you guys will kind of grow to understand when I put more explanations into this. Oh, shit. Well... I immediately pissed off the bad guy. Oh, I'm a dumbass. Am I a dumbass? Did I do something stupid? No, did I? No, I didn't? Okay, never mind. Sorry. I'm confusing myself. I should just shut up. Yeah, I'm just gonna shut up. But that's besides the point. Okay. So you guys see I have a carrier task force sitting there kind of chilling. I'm making what I consider balanced. Yet again, someone will correct me, believe me. Which really, I can't blame them. I would correct me too. I do stupid shit sometimes. Now, as you can see, everything's moving really slowly. Somebody's probably wondering, like, why the hell is everything moving so slowly? Well, everything's moving so slowly because it's moving in real time. It is moving. It probably actually doesn't even look like it's moving. I say that and you're like, no, it's not moving. No, it's not. Okay, yeah. I mean, they're moving. Just trust me on that. Just take my word for it. God, I'm trying to breathe. No, I can't even have any more subs, so I'm just going to put out more carriers and battleships. I'll make more battleships. I'm going to put all my fleets here because I'm just hoping the AI isn't stupid and puts all those ships right there. I'm going to hope the AI is not smart enough to go around, because if it is, I'm screwed, unsurprisingly. Now, you see, I'm in Defcon 3. I just hit Defcon 3, where I can actually start getting ready to do battle with the bad guys. Can't even attack, as you can see, because I'm just not hostile yet. Now, while I'm going to speed this up, actually, so that I can get closer to Defcon 1 to show you the guys the cool stuff. I'm playing the super mode. Oh, crap, that's fast. Slow it down a little bit so I can explain. For those of you who I haven't talked about this yet, but this is a really kind of a cool... For some people are going to love this, some people are going to absolutely hate this. This is definitely a your mileage may vary moment. For those who don't know, I am a TV tropes fan. I love TV tropes. You're going to hear some tropes getting used when I'm talking up here, blathering pointlessly. What you're going to see is, this just looks like the stereotypical war games kind of battle room of the generals and all that good stuff. So for guys who are really kind of into that Cold War era, looking like you got the holographic display showing you the world and the missiles and all that cool stuff, you're gonna love that. Because I mean, you can see this looks awesome. It looks just like the. Oh shit! Oh, the fights are starting. So this is what fights look like. I'm just gonna kind of let you guys. I'm gonna zoom in and let you guys watch the fight as it's going on. I'm Red. Red's awesome. So if you love Red, you're loving me right now. But I could have gone around these guys. I'm a dumbass. But you can see it. I mean, you can kind of look at this, just the art style, and I don't know how to explain it other than kind of stereotypical what you expect of this. But I mean, I think it looks cool personally. I gotta admit, I do. I like it. Set this to anti-submarine mode. Anti-submarine. Oh, damn it! Okay, my bad. I'm sorry, guys. But God, I was thinking, and it's gone. That's a problem with me. I think, and then my brain just turns off. But yeah, I mean, you can kind of just look at this, and if you kind of like this style, then you're really gonna like this game, because this is what you're gonna be staring at every time you play this game. The map doesn't change. This is the map. That's kind of a weakness of this game. Is just the fact that this is all you're gonna have. I mean, you have the world. That's it. So if that kind of bothers you that there's not more maps, hopefully modders out there have made cool stuff for this. If they have, woohoo, you can ignore this. But if they haven't, you got to think this is kind of all you're gonna get. You see what I mean? Like, this is it. Oh shit, I gotta slow it down. See, I'm 20 minutes into the game. If you look at the little counter up here, up at the top of the screen, that's the counter. We have been playing for 20 minutes. I'm putting that in quotes because I know I sped it up. But you can see how slow everything looks, like how slow the fights go whenever it's in real time. You can see how slow it goes. But my point being that you can look at this and you can go, I either like this art style or I don't. If you like it, awesome. If you don't, that might be hit or miss for you. For me, it's interesting. It does get kind of dull though, personally, after looking at it for an extended period of time. But that's because I don't think I'm as into this art style as many people are. Some people are. I know there's going to be some people are going to freaking love this art style and praise it because it is so cool. That's just not me. That might not be you. I don't know. Now, I wish I could let you guys listen to it, but the music is freaking amazing. Like, the music is this very haunting, moody melody. It creates this very dark and oppressive atmosphere within the game. It kind of makes you realize, holy crap, I am waging nuclear warfare on people and blowing up cities. Like, it really gives off that kind of dark vibe. It does, it sounds like you're in a war room when you're actually listening to it, because you can hear talking in the background. In one case, I don't know if I'm correct, if this is what I was correct in it sounding like, but it sounded like a woman weeping. Whoa, what the hell? I don't know what just happened up there. Okay. But it sounded like a woman crying, like, and this was shortly after her city had been destroyed, so I don't know if that's what caused it, but it was really, really creepy. Like, really dark and creepy. So, take that for what you may. The music is very haunting, but that's also as I said, your mileage may vary. I do understand that. While I may like it, some other people might not. That's all dependent on you as the gamer, so I can give you some advice. I can tell you, hey, this is what it sounds like, so you kind of got to decide whether that's good for you or not, because I don't know, I can't tell you. I could try. It's not going to work, but I could try. But so that's kind of, is that it's very kind of moody, it's dark. It works for this game, definitely, and that you are basically committing a thermonuclear genocide. That's the nice way of putting it. That's what's going on in this video, in this game. So the music works with the game, the visuals work with the game. I don't like them that much just because it gets boring to look at after a while, honestly. Like, I can only stare at these visuals for so long before it drives me fucking crazy. Like, to be terribly honest with you. I can't. They're good, but oh my god, you can only look at them so long. But other than that, I do like that. I do love the music, though. It is very cool. So if you're into this kind of style, hey, man, try it out, because this is what you're going to be looking at. Like, no joke. While as the games may feel different, the problems that always arise are the fact that we're talking about there is one map. As of now, there is literally one map. There is this map. Now, Can that be fixed with mods? Yes. Do I know off the top of my head? Have I looked at any? No, I have not. Somebody in the comments section will probably go over the mods, and will help anyone out who's willing to get some help on it. God, I apologize, everybody. For some reason, I've started coughing. But definitely look at it that way. Look at this is it. This is the one map. Somebody's obviously going to come out with the ultimate positions for stuff. I haven't. As you can tell, I'm just kind of going with it at the moment. But yeah, so you kind of have to look at that. That's just one of the kind of the drawbacks of this style of game. Now I'm going to speed it up and get into the thermonuclear combat for everybody. As you can see, I've actually lost some ships. Went through a bad area. But we're going to get into some thermonuclear combat for the fun of it. Yes, I just said thermonuclear combat and fun of it. No parading evil people. You can see all the combat going on. Oh god, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm trying to get my ships into position so I can start launching some nukes. Now, you're going to see something that's really creepy. Like, I'm saying this is creepy now, but you're going to see what I mean. Defcon 1. Watch this. I'm going to set all of these to MERM mode. Now, for those who are observant, you probably noticed the ship icons actually change. Now I'm going to start launching missiles before they blow up all my ships. No, launch missiles. Oh, I'm a dumbass. I suck at this. Yeah, I know. Shut up. Oh shit, they're shooting stuff at me. So you can see this, like, when you're in super speed mode, things just go by really fast. As you can see, I just launched a ton of missiles, because I kind of want you guys to see what happens when a missile hits a target. Oh man, seriously? Well, crap. What happens if I got nope, dumbass. No, active sonar. Okay. I'm not doing too well, as you guys can tell. I'm trying to blow stuff up. It is not working. Okay, let's try to go into ICBM launch mode. I just want to hit a target so you guys can see what it looks like. Oh, I hit it. I destroyed an airbase? I don't know how I did that, to be terribly honest with you. Oh, they're blowing each other up. See, that's what happens when a nuke hits. Wish I could show you what it looks like, because it has this really somber, like, when a nuke hits, it just says... God, I sound like I'm dying. It just says, like, location hit. 1.2 million dead. Like, really? Come on. That's creepy and depressing. Like, really depressing. Like, come on, guys. MRM launch. Oh, crap. MRM launch. I'm hoping to, like, actually hit a target. I know it's not going to happen, but I'm going to try anyway. This is probably stupid. This will probably get me destroyed, but I'm going to try anyway. See, now this is how you do the launching of nukes, as you can see. Now, if I was going in real time, which I'm not, and that's just not going to happen. So you can see my fleets are gone. Anyone observant's noticed all my fleets are gone. Oh god, I got destroyed. Not doing very well, if you can't tell. Getting my ass kicked. Oh, shnik. Bomber just took me out. That bomber just destroyed me. Oh, man. Well, I didn't want... I was hoping, like, you could see me hit a city, hit an enemy city, and it not be my own. Not a lot of nukes hitting, I'm surprised. Oh, see, there we go. Manchester hit, 2.5 million dead. See what I mean? Like, and how this is just what happens in the game. That's how the game kind of portrays it. It's like, that's depressing. It's really depressing. Player 2. Uh-oh. No, shoot. I'm trying to click buttons on my mouse. Air defense mode, activate. So now you're seeing this interesting dynamic, whereas I'm setting up air defense towers up front to block their missiles, while at the same time setting up my own... See, I can't even launch out that... Can I launch out that far? See, now, I mean, you can kind of see what's going on in that. things are getting crazy, and you can see the launch detected all over the place and all that stuff. People are losing silos. Somehow I'm winning. And if you look up in the upper right hand, oh my god, my missile defenses are horrible. If you look up the upper right hand corner, you'll see the point system. Because you'll see how, for example, oh man, they're destroying my stuff. You'll see how my Megadeath, every Megadeath is points. See, they just hit me once, they cause my points to go down. New York hit 10.4 million dead. See, I have 60 points for every hit. I'm doing this many. So that's kind of how it works, as you can see now. Whoa, crap. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm trying to hit one button and I'm hitting another button. I'm not doing very well on that, if you can tell. So player 2 is starting to kick my ass. But for those of you watching, so you guys pretty much have a gist of how it works. You're seeing how the missiles go, and this is kind of how every game gets. Things get chaotic really fast, and I have it on super time mode. So 2 hours and 10 minutes have elapsed in the time frame I've been doing this. So not very long, thanks to all the crap that's been going on. But as you can see, yeah, you get points for mega deaths. So that really means you don't necessarily have to be the guy who takes everyone out, so much as you have to be the guy that hits the most cities, if that makes any sense. Because if I hit more cities than the other guy, I'm going to do more damage, and I'm going to get more points. Because you can see, I have the most points, whereas I probably haven't done the most damage. You see all my missiles streaking out. For some reason, I'm not getting any launches against me. I guess, see, this is how a lot of fights go, and that the AI may just been beating the crap out of each other, and I just didn't get dragged into it. Because you can see how the fight seems to have calmed down, right? But Great Britain is kind of screwed because we've taken out all their missile silos. So now I'm just bombarding them with nukes. But at the same time, the wind timers at the bottom is going off, so I'm unlikely to take anyone out so much as I am to win through sheer point total, because you get points for mega deaths. How many is a mega death? I'm not really sure because the point totals seem almost random. I would bet there's a system to it. I just don't know what it is. But as you can see, my point totals are going up and up as I shoot more missiles, but I'm out of nukes now. All I have left are bombers, and I don't have enough time to do anything with that. Victory, player 1. So, I mean, you kind of guys have gotten a chance to see what the game looks like. Got to see me win through some small miracle. I honestly don't know how I won that. But, thank you guys for sitting here and watching the show. It's been a good time. I hope that you guys can keep watching us. This is Pie from the Indie Corner. Thank you much, everybody.